Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. This is like about as real as it gets over here. Alright, if you're catching the replay, I want you to do me a favor and drop me a comment where you're watching from. If y'all don't know me, if you're just catching me for the first time, I'm Jamie Jarrett, and I'm a founding goal director with pharmacy. Okay, I'm gonna do some tagging. Okay, just doing a little tagging. Alright, so if you're hopping on with me now, say hey and let me know what state you're watching from. Hey, Audrey. Alright, so I'm sticking my 100-day challenge. This is day 6. Let's see. Day 6. So far, so good, right? Only 94 more days to go, okay? But today I just have to do a real fast face because taking my child all the way. If y'all know anything about us, we live in Milton, Cabell County. I'm driving all the way to King's Daughters Medical Center in Ashland today so she can do a cheek swab COVID test because she's not very sick. In fact, she just has a runny nose. No fever, no nothing like that, but she needs a COVID test to go back to do gymnastics and to go to a birthday party this weekend and all that stuff. And she was a little more congested than she is today, but I just want to be responsible and not spread it. But I don't want my baby to get that nose thing, you know? So we gonna drive Dallas, Texas. You know, I've never been to Texas. My husband's been to Houston. My cousin lives in Dallas. But I've never been there. My first cousin. So we doing a fast face to get COVID tested. Hopefully the throat swab won't be any big deal at all. You know, like no big deal. Okay. So I planned out my lives. Today I'm supposed to tell y'all a funny story. The question is, which kind of funny story should you hear? Okay, I think we'll do this one. So, my family likes to kayak. You know, anybody else like to kayak? Anybody else kayak around who's on here? So, my family, my whole entire, sorry, my cat's on my desk too. He's distracting me. My whole entire mom's side of the family. I'm just using this BB cream because that's my fast face. That's like my everyday. So the entire side of my mom's family decided they would take a summer vacation to to Helen, Georgia. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Helen, Georgia. It's very naturey. There is like a Bavarian, like German village there, which is cool. But there's not a lot really to do in Helen, Georgia. But my husband and I really like to kayak. And a couple of years ago, we bought some kayaks. And we were like, well, you know, since we're driving, we'll just take your truck. We'll just put the kayaks in there. And it'll be all good. So we took these kayaks 8 hours away to Helen, Georgia. Where, by the way, if you guys have ever listened to country music in your life, the Chattahoochee River is. We went way down yonder on the Chattahoochee. That's real true life. Okay, so, you know, we've kayaked. We've done a lot of lake kayaking, I guess. So we're talking about things to do. We're planning our day or our week, and there's like the home of the Cabbage Patch, like the Cabbage Patch Nursery where the babies are born. And the babies are born. Actually, it's kind of interesting and kind of creepy. But there's cabbage patches everywhere. So we were going to take the kids to the cabbage patch thing in the evening because they would love it. And we were like, you know what? Tyler, why don't we go kayaking? My sister was like, I like to go kayaking, but we don't have enough kayaks. Hey, Trish. And so we started looking around for a place we could rent kayaks for Jay and Eric. So we found this place that would rent them like a tandem kayak so they could both be in there together, because in our minds we're like, they don't really have as much experience as us. We kayak all the time. This makes me laugh even just to think about it. So we go there. We get Jade and Eric's kayak. They make Jade and Eric take a helmet. They make us, which we had a life jacket. And they were like, do you need a life jacket? And we were like, no, we don't usually wear life jackets. We just keep them on our boat. And they were like, so the guy who owned the business was like, yeah, I always wear my life jacket because I'm just afraid I'll need it. In my mind, I'm thinking, wait. If he is the owner and he always wears his life jacket, maybe I should wear mine too. And he was like, I noticed your kayak is a sit-in. So like there's sit-in kayaks that have a hole, you get in there and you put your body, or there's sit-on tops that have no hole and you just kind of sit on the thing and go. And I said, yeah, they're sit-ins. And he was like, I said, is that okay? And he was like, yeah, you'll probably take on some water, but it'll be okay. Okay, this is my second warning. Okay, then they say like, okay, pick your trail. So we're looking at this map and it's like, this one's level easy. It has like I don't even remember how much it said. 2 to 4 low class rapids. So, okay. So then I'm like, what? A rapid? There ain't no rapids in lakes, y'all. I mean, you might get a little motorboat motion, like when somebody passes you, but the cat has messed this window up. There's no rapids. So he was like, you'll take on some water. And I'm thinking like, oh, we'll get splashed. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be fine. And I said, I'm not planning on coming out of my boat, mister. He said, okay, that's good. So optimistically that we get on this bus and they take us. Jay and Eric are nervous. I'm like, it's going to be fine. You'll love it. Kayaking's fun. Okay. I swear I decide to wear my life jacket. Thank the Lord Jesus. First off, the river is really low. Like, really low. For whatever reason. So there's, like, rocks everywhere. You know? Like, so many ways to get stuck in the Chattahoochee. So within, like, 5 minutes, my boat's stuck on a rock. And I'm like looking around. I did a video, I think. I actually took a video. It said, this is like when I'm still like in a good mood. And I'd say like, I'm just stuck out here in the Chattahoochee, y'all. Just stuck. And I did a video. I can share the video in the comments, maybe. I don't know. But then it went downhill from there. First off, sit-in kayaks are hard to get in and out of in the water. So it's hard to get yourself unstuck. So I'm like trying to like push myself. Tyler ends up having to like get out and push me. He also has to get out and push Jade and her husband when they get stuck on a rock. Like, poor Tyler, right? This is the video before things got rocky, okay? So we're getting rocky. Okay, so that's when we just got stuck. So we get back in, we keep going, we're like trying to have fun, and I'm just using a 3-in-1 palette to do like a quick fast contour. So we get in, we're trying to make the best of it. It's like definitely like a rocky situation, and then the low class rapids start coming. People, I think it said there were 5 rapids. I bet there was 25. 25, I bet. And some of them weren't bad, but some of them were like, my kayak was like nose down. You can't see my hand, like nose down into like what seemed like a waterfall to me. That is not a low level rapid. In my mind, that is terrifying. And my husband is saying like, just like steer in the direction of the current. Paddle in the direction of the current. I'm like, I don't know the direction of the current, Tyler, because my eyes are closed. And he's like, what? I can't, I'm too scared, I can't watch. He's like, oh my God, you have to open your eyes, Jamie. I'm like, I'm really scared. Okay, so we notice like we're taking on some water when we go nose down in the water, and Jen and Eric, you know, they don't have any option to take on water, so they're just like coasting over. Like, they're doing fine. I'm getting so much water in my boat. Okay? All right. It's gonna get worse, y'all. So, we go down. Okay. At this point, I'm just like crazy. My eyes aren't even open. I'm so thankful I have a life jacket. I don't have a helmet though, and I'm wondering if I should have a helmet. So we go a little farther. I think, guys, this is like a 3 mile experience, and we keep getting stuck. So one time, this terrible big rapid, so much water got in my boat. My boat started sinking. And then it flipped, and I flipped with it. And the water was moving so fast. Guys, this is not an exaggeration. I feel like I might need Tyler to back this up, okay? The water was moving so fast. And I'm a very good swimmer. My sister and I always joke because she is not a good swimmer, and I am a good swimmer. Yet she is more athletic than in every other way than me. But I'm a good swimmer. I've always been a good swimmer. I'm a confident swimmer. Okay, the water is moving so fast. I cannot even get my feet under me on the ground. So I just, thankful for my life jacket, I just like lay back and float on the Chattahoochee River. And maybe it looked peaceful, but it wasn't. I'm just floating. My boat is also floating. And my cell phone, my brand new cell phone, is in a waterproof case, and it's tied to my boat. Thank the Lord Jesus I tied it in, because I'm always afraid I'll drop it. I do need Tyler to back me up so you guys think I'm not being dramatic. I'm always afraid I'll drop it in the lake, but I flip my boat over. My phone, my brand new iPhone, is in a waterproof case. My dogs are getting into some mischief over here. And it's just trailing down the river, like attached to my boat. But I can't even see that. Eric, my brother-in-law, told me that later because I've been separated from my ship. And I am just floating like this. Kind of floating, because remember I told you there was a lot of rocks? Those rocks just randomly would like hit me, like stab me as I'm like floating. Finally, I don't even know where Tyler was while I'm floating. I think he's ahead of me. So he gets to this rocky area. I don't know what my cat's doing over here. So he gets to this rocky area, and he pushes his boat up on there so he can catch his floating wife. And I still, like, the water's moving so fast. We're about to get personal, y'all. A rock, I try to get my feet under me. A very pointy, very sharp rock gets me right in the groove. Like in between the leg and the girl part, you know? And I'm like injured from that. I mean, seriously, so hurt. Like, I mean, at this point, I'm like, this crap is for the birds. I am done with this. Maybe for the fish. I don't know. But what's blowing my mind is I've kayaked dozens of times, and Jade and Eric in their kayak that doesn't take on water is just floating on through. I mean, they are getting stuck, but they're not tipping over. So later Eric tells me, Eric's my brother-in-law, later he tells me that he catches my boat and somehow pulls it over. And this other kayaker on our trail, like who's with our group, who we don't know, like passes Eric, and she sees my empty boat, and she's like, what's the situation? What's the situation here? What do you mean, what's the situation here? Somebody has lost their boat. Somebody is floating down the river. Somebody has lost their dang boat. Eric was like, oh, my sister-in-law just tipped out. I can't even handle it. I was so mad then, but now I'm just like, whatever. So Tyler and Eric get me my boat back. And I just have to keep going, y'all, because I can't get out. I'm in the middle of the dang Chattahoochee. So I get back in. Tyler's bleeding now. His ankles are bleeding because he's been cut by the rocks. My, like, very discreet place might be bleeding. I'm not sure. And, like, so I get back in. And Tyler's like, it's okay, just follow me. I promise. Like, we're gonna get okay. It's gonna be okay. Whatever. I mean, I don't have much choice, I guess. So I get on and start again. And I swear to you, there was another bad rapid, like nose to the water. And my boat just flipped over. And I think, this time we're in a deep spot. And I think, I'm not letting go. So I'm holding onto my boat for dear life. It's filled up with water. I'm beside of it. I'm trying to swim with this heavy waterlogged boat to shore. There's like this little shore area, this little beach area. And Tyler's like, let go of your boat. You're going to drown. Let go. I'm not letting go of my boat. I cannot let go of my boat. Just let go and swim. I'll get your boat. So two times I was separated from my ship. This time, I'm seriously just finished. So there's this little, like, beachy shore area. And I swim over to the beachy shore area. And I just sat on the beach. And I, like sob at this point. Like, I'm just sobbing and crying. And guess what else, y'all? One of my shoes is gone. No, both. Both of my shoes are gone. Because I did not tie them down. And I have flip-flops on. So I'm barefoot on this beach. I'm crying so hard. Like, Tyler, I can't do this. I am done. I'm not getting back in there. He's, like, looking around. Like, we're on a beach, like, this big. Just, like, a tiny little alcovey area. He's like, what are you going to do, Jamie? You just going to stay on this beach? Like, I don't know where we are. I can't, like, finish and come back and get you. There's no road to this little area. There's no way out except to keep going. I'm like, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I'm going to die. Like, very, like, dramatic. But I've just had it. Like, I'm half drowned. And I don't have any shoes at this point. Tyler's leg is bleeding. My parts are injured. And my shoes are gone. So I sat there and I cried for a while. I get the water on my boat. And then Tyler's like, all right, we've got to go finish this because we're supposed to go to Cabbage Patch Land. So, thank the Lord Jesus, it's almost service. So we, like, finally get there. I feel like my sunglasses may have broke too, but that might not be true. That might be another trip. No, I don't think that's true. So we finally see the dock where we get off, back to where we rented the gear for safety. And Tyler and I get it, but Jade and Eric are behind us, and they float on past. Ooh, you are feisty, sir. Like, they float past the exit. Like, to get off on the dock, and we're like, get off, get out of the boat, I'm not going anymore, like, I'm not starting over. And finally they realize, and then they have to paddle upstream against the current, and it takes forever, and I'm just, hold on. Oh, bless me. I'm just I think my glasses broke one time in Grayson. Like, I don't think that's true. I think a rock hit me. But anyways, I sat on the dock barefoot, half drowned, soaking wet, waiting on my sister and her brother and my brother-in-law, who have not tipped, by the way, because their kayak did not take off. Mommy's in here, baby. And I just barefoot and walk, and the guys who own it are like, did y'all have fun? I'm like, look at me. This is not my definition of fun. Do you see me? I am coming out of here with dripping wet hair, no shoes, half drowned, and you want to know if I had fun? If we had a good trip? I'm never kayaking again. So by this time, like, we thought we were going to be gone like 2 hours. It's been like forever. So my mom had been calling us saying, like, it's time to go to the Cabbage Patch. And I'm like, listen, I smell like the Chattahoochee. I have river water on me. But they were like, the kids really want to go. So I just, like, hurry up. Try to find another pair of shoes. Ironically, I think I had only brought one pair of flip-flops. I remember I had to send my dad to buy me a pair of flip-flops for the rest of the trip, because I think I just had like tennis shoes or something after that. So I'm like, we get back there, we change, we go looking like the lake, and it was awfully traumatic. And I'm going to tell you that us 4 adults were sore for the rest of that stupid vacation. We had like been beat, battered, bruised. Tyler was cut. I'm not sure if I was cut because I didn't inspect that closely, but it was very traumatic. And then 2 days later, we go to a lake beach, and Tyler's like, let's take the kayaks. And I'm like, no, I am not doing that. And he's like, no, it's in a lake, let's do it, it's in a lake, it'll be fun. If you want to get in the kayak, then you can do it, but I am not doing it. So he did kayak, and then our cousins who were on the trip tried to get us to, hi baby, what honey? Well, we're gonna talk about it in a minute, okay? Don't go potty, okay? Okay. Mommy's almost done, okay? So then our cousins are like, oh, let's go tubing. Let's go tubing in the lake. And I watched these people tubing. They were getting stuck on the rocks. And I said, listen, people, I have had enough trauma for one vacation. I'm done. My feet are on the dry land, and they are staying on the dry land. And that's my very crazy kayaking story. Can you say hi, Chrissy? Chrissy's just waking up, this tiny little night owl. You got sore throat today? Huh? Is it sore or just froggy?
It's froggy.
Just a little froggy. And I honestly am going to tell you the truth that I don't think I kayaked again for a year, I guess. And then I went in my trusty Beach Fork Lake, where there were no low-class rapids, no baby rapids, no waterfalls, no Niagara Falls, no nothing. It's lake kayaking from here on out. When I go kayaking, I want to take a book with me and put my feet up and like lay back and float for a while. Then paddle and then float some more. If I would have taken a book, I would have been even madder than if I would have taken my shoes. And that is true. Remember when I lost my shoe scoops? On the boat?
I didn't see you, but I remember you telling that.
Are you an alien?
No.
Can you do a little cough or something? Get that throat cleared up? She remembers.
Mom?
Yeah?
Have you ever noticed Rainy?
Yes, I noticed Rainy's being a creeper. Good morning. All right, so if you missed my story and you want a good laugh, go back and catch the replay to hear about how I almost died in the Chattahoochee. I do need to finish my mascara for my fast mom face.
Mama, I don't want to go.
Look, guys, can you tell Cruz, if you're watching, can you tell Cruz that a throat swab is not going to be bad at all? And then we can go to lunch, right? Can you guys tell her it's going to be easy peasy? Okay, let's wait and see what they say. And can you give her some hearts for bravery? And we're even going to pass Austin's. Did you know that?
I don't want ice cream.
You don't want ice cream? Look, Alicia said, quick and easy. Quick and easy. And Mommy even talked to the lady there today, and she was like, oh, it's no big deal. Look, Trish said, my kiddo's already had it. Not bad. See?
I want to stay home for 10 days. Please.
You want to miss the birthday party and the gymnastics. Look. Chelsea said, my little girl, who's only 8, had hers done, and she laughed because it tickled. Come on! Alright, guys. One eyelash, but I hope you got a good laugh today. And I hope you enjoyed hearing about my trip down the Chattahoochee. And hopefully some of you guys will follow suit and embarrass yourself on social media. It's okay, I'm not embarrassed. Like, I don't want to go kayaking in the river anymore. Look, someone gave us a piece. And look, someone gave us hearts.
Mommy, I don't...
Can you say peace? Okay, well, we're going to turn off the phone. Say peace, bros.
Peace, bro.
Oh, they can't see it. Who got hold of that? Peace, peace. Peace, peace. All right.
Mommy.
Bye, y'all.
What is
Peace,
her?
bros.